So just bear with me while I... So it is called Browser Alpha after installation, and again it would be nice if it was called Yandex Browser Alpha, because it hasn't really got an identity of its own. It's just got Browser Alpha, and while many people may see browser and automatically think it is a web browser, not many people may sort of know about that. So it'd be nice if it had its own identity. So when we launch the app, you've got sort of an agreement, and we're making Yandex browser better and all that lot. Okay, so we are on the home page now, and what I have noticed is the address bar is quite near the top of the screen, and also the status bar is on top of the screen as well. So you may be wanting to click on the address bar but inadvertently click on the status bar. The status bar enables you to turn items on or off, as well as view your notifications. Now the Opera Mini Browser Beta was at the top of the screen, but it was well spaced out. So it would be nice if the Yandex browser's address bar was well spaced out to avoid potential problems. So you got other devices, so that's you can probably view content that is synced across devices. Syncing data is sort of backing and or sharing data onto an account so you can access it on other devices. Now you have got some pages on the home page, but if I turn the volume up, it is actually reading out a whole lot of gibberish instead of what you are focusing on. Now it would be nice if it read Twitter, Facebook, rather than DESCR, all that lot. And again, it would make things a whole lot simpler for screen reader users especially. I'm not too sure how it will appear in sort of a cited terms, but what is that? Okay, so you got chats, activate voice search. So if you struggle with a touchscreen keyboard, then you are sure to do your research in these. Menu, and I think the icons could be a little bit spaced out more. However, I think it just sort of comes down to personal preference a little bit. So one thing I haven't really seen is a new tab icon, and there is an unlabeled icon. I think it is an image icon, and there are two main types of unlabeled icons that you can access if you are a screen reader user. First of all is the button. The button will usually have some text, or some app developers do choose to use symbols. When they do that, the screen reader will just say unlabeled button, or the image icons, the screen reader will just say nothing. And this image icon, although it's not telling me what it is, so it'd be nice if all the icons were labeled. Okay, so we're going to click on the menu. Got sign into Yandex. Report an error. Set as default browser. Change background. Set up recommendations feed. Search by camera image. So if you take a photo of something and you want to know what it is, then you can search by image. I haven't really seen that in the browser before, so the fact we've got that is very good. Very good. However, you haven't really got your typical options such as incognito tab, new tab, especially because we didn't find that new tab icon and you haven't got share or desktop site. That said, the icons will probably become more active when you are actually viewing an article. So, but the fact that you haven't got a new tab or incognito tab is a bit of a problem. Incognito tabs leave no trace in your browser history compared to new tabs, so that is the difference. So here we've got your split screen view, which enables you to work in like a flow order, I would sort of say, so you don't have to keep pressing the back button and all that lot. So you've got sync settings on the left, power saving mode, turbo mode settings. We're going to click that. So it's got turbo mode, always off, or enabled automatically. However, it would be nice if it was sort of a icon that when clicked on presented you a number of options, but where is that? We got text zoom and auto fit settings, so that sort of probably lines everything up so you can view it easily. We're going to click on these search engine settings. We're going to click on the search engine settings and see what that comes up with. So it's got search engine Google, search engine Yahoo. However, it would be nice if it did say just Google Yahoo as opposed to not tick search engine Yahoo, not tick search engine Google, or something like that. It would be a lot simple to understand and more easier. So you've got region selection, and you've also got your voice input features. So you can sort of change that. However, I haven't really seen any accessibility options on the left where all your sections are, so that is a little bit worrying because most browsers which do have accessibility options there will typically have things like simplified view and the more text options. So next we will try our keyboard shortcuts. So when we try the Alt+D command, it says shortcut not supported. And then when we try the Control+T command, didn't really give me an indication that anything had happened, so I'm not too sure whether you can use Google keyboard shortcuts. We're going to have a look at the Piper Cherokee. So although it was keeping up with the screen reader in real time, the search suggestion or next word prediction did actually come up, and it was sort of saying the word for you, it was sort of pronouncing the word. So, and that can be a bit of a hindrance because I have seen screen reader users that heavily rely on the screen reader when they are typing, and that can be a very major distraction. Another thing is when I'm using my Bluetooth keyboard to navigate to my desired search results, it is not actually telling me what I'm focusing on, so it means that I'm having to switch from keyboard to touch screen quite regularly. And again, it'd be nice if it would one or the other. Just bear with me when I find this. Alright, so we clicked on the Wikipedia page. And one thing that I've noticed is it didn't really seem to perform the desired action when I was trying to click on it. So I'm going to click on it one more time. Another thing is navigating to your search results is a very difficult process. Well, it looks as though it has done something. So we're just going to read through this because I don't think that the Wikipedia page has loaded, and I don't really want to cut the video because I'm live. So I do apologise for that.
Piper Cherokee 140 specs. Piper Cherokee 6 for sale. Piper Cherokee 160.
So it's reading through items fairly good. However, because I'm not reading an article, I'm unable to find out whether the browser will have the nasty habit of enabling the talkback to switch from one voice to the other. And again, that can be very annoying because the US voice can really grind on your nerves and vice versa. Now let us have a go at playing a video before we can conclude this, because although some tablets come with very good speakers, the browser doesn't always use the speakers to their full potential. Not necessarily this browser, but some browsers. So it'll be interesting to see what quality we get from our video playback. Okay.
Send in the Dogs season 1 episode 6 in list 15. Send in
We'll
the
just
Send in the
click on a video.
Set list box out of list. List box out of list. Send
If we manage to find it, that is.
Press on search result. The 15th of June.
Hang on a bit.
Press on search result. Send in the dog. Google name 46.19 cent. Send in the dogs.
Oh dear.
Browser.
Okay, I think I've finally got this video to load.
YouTube. Open without browse.
And instead of opening the video in the browser straight away, it has actually popped up with an option.
Video. Tap to
Alright, so let's unmute this and then we'll conclude things there. So the sound is fairly good, so you're clear to have a good playback experience. One thing I was going to say is when you are clicking on videos, especially YouTube ones, it might set the video to mute by default. So that's something you've got to be aware of. Okay, well, in conclusion, while the Yandex browser is fairly easy to install, it is not so fairly easy to use. Now, when you are launching the app and I've got everything set up, although there are items on the home page, they are hard to decipher because the screen reader sort of reads out a whole lot of technical jargon. Also, and more importantly, when you are researching, if you use a Bluetooth keyboard, then you are unable to use the tab key to navigate to your search results that you desire. But also, if you are using the touch screen to scroll, then your action is not always being performed, and that can really affect your browsing experience. And overall, I would probably recommend that you go for a browser like Firefox nightly, particularly if you are a Google Talkback user, because you don't really have the problem of the Google Talkback switching from one voice to the other. Okay, if any of you want to share your experiences with Yandex Browser, then feel free to do so in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you soon.